one for my homies gone. The judge hit the hammer, they ain't coming home. We all are from the danger zone. The devil pulled a card and he said choose one. I chose music, my homies chose, yeah. Some of my ballers chose the NBA. Cuz was on the block when they gangbang. Funeral parlors making all the change.
This industry event, period, man. Right here, Remy Producers series once again. The motto is one life, live them. To the right of me already, you've already heard him. He's been on stage for the last hour and a half. He's sold over 100 million units, man. He's worked with some of the top artists for the last 15 years. He's still got new music coming out, man. He's still breaking records. He's still selling platinum music, making platinum music. Ladies and gentlemen, to my right, he goes by the name of Wyclef Jean. Give it up for Wyclef Jean.
What's good, everybody? What's good? Yeah. So check it out. Real quick, if we could get some silence just for 30 minutes for the producers. Let them eat, let them get their knowledge real quick so they could be the next Kanye, the next Wyclef, the next Jay-Z. Give the producers their respect. Please get them the half an hour. I love y'all. Let's respect that. Thank you so much, and y'all look good.
So in other words, that means,
Nigga, you like the way I talk loud.
Keep your chatter to a minimum. You drinking complimentary Remy, so make sure you keep the chatter to a minimum. Once again, man, Wyclef Jean is here, ladies and gentlemen. Wyclef, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Everybody's good. How y'all feeling out there? Check it out. How many of y'all producers? Let me see your hands in the air. Perfect. How many of y'all artists? Put your hands in the air. How many of y'all just came to spectate, drink, and have a good time and see what goes down? Just tell me the truth. Okay, cool. We gonna get with y'all.
Right. We don't do no line around here. That's not what we do. But once again, man, Wyclef, welcome.
Thank you, man.
To the Remy Producer series, man. This is what you do. It seems like we've been doing this a lot lately.
Yes, I'm part of the family now. I'm like one of y'all brothers, man.
Me too. They made me part of the family.
I'm the Haitian brother.
It took a minute, but you know what I'm saying. I want to give it up to Philippe too. Philippe, man, the CEO Remy is in the building. Philippe,
what up?
Huh? Give it up for Philippe, man. This is part of the reason why you in here drinking complimentary Remy. That doesn't happen that often. All right. Well, Wyclef, man, what's going on, man? Tell me what's going on in the life of Wyclef Jean.
Everything is good. Real quick. I'm just gonna give y'all some jewels that I know y'all probably would never hear in life. I got a chance to work with Michael Jackson. If you got love for Michael Jackson, let me see your hands up. Okay. I also got a chance to jam with Prince. If you got love for Prince, let me see your hands up. I also got a chance to work with Whitney Houston and wrote My Love's Your Love. You got love for Whitney? Okay, so listen, I just gave y'all 3 people, so pick one and I'm going to tell y'all a story probably y'all never heard before. Michael, Prince, Whitney Houston.
The Whitney Houston story is good. I know the Whitney Houston story though.
Who's saying Michael Jackson? Alright, real talk.
What's it?
The Michael? Okay, Whitney, Michael. Alright, here we go. I give y'all both. I'll be real quick. So Whitney Houston, man. All you producers out there, the most important thing I want you to remember, when you're working with female artists, is very important, right? My success is the fact that when you see they at the top of their game, what makes you a good producer is you have to be able to communicate with them as a coach, right? So in order for you to take it to the championship, you got to give them the play and trust for them to play, you dig? So I get the call from Clive Davis. He wants the song from Whitney Houston. I'm nervous as hell. I sit on the piano and I'm like, my love is your love and your love is my love. You know, I get that call from Clive. Says Whitney loves the song. Now, when I was in the hood, I used to listen to Whitney singing, I believe the children of the future. So I'm about to go in the studio with this woman. This is what makes this story unique. It was Whitney, it was her daughter, and it was Bobby Brown. Let me tell y'all the secrets about that record, so when y'all hear it, and even Clive Davis understand this because I didn't tell him to afterwards. The people that sing in background on that record is Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. I never told Clive that. Right. And Whitney's daughter was in the studio, and I looked the way she loved her daughter so much, and I sampled her daughter singing, when you hear My Love's Your Love, she say, sing, mommy. So that was just me sampling her daughter just to show you how much love that she got for her daughter. And I start to produce the session, And Whitney's like, if tomorrow's judgment day, and I'm on the front line. And I hear a note, my homie, and my beautiful women, and the note sounds flat to me. So as a producer, the note sounds flat to me. But that's Whitney Houston. How the f I'm going to tell Whitney Houston, you flat, this ain't gonna happen. But producers, always remember, you're the coach, and your job is to always take it to the championship. And your destiny is always based on your honesty. So I go for it. I was a little smoked out. I went for it. I was like, Whitney, that note is a little flat. And she was like, baby, it's not flat. I just bent the note. Fam, that's crazy. I went back and I heard the note. It wasn't flat. Whitney Houston bent the note. You see what I'm saying? So as producers, what I want y'all to do, always leave room for imagination in the studio. That's the only way you're going to get magic. Is so give it up for Whitney Houston, the late Whitney Houston. Yo, so Michael, okay, I see. I feel like I'm at the Apollo Theater. I love Whitney. Hold on. So on that record, a lot of people are saying, my love is your love and your love is my love. And all does, and I'm a thug with it all does. So you know I'm Haitian. So they go up to me and say, yo, Clef, man, what's that line, man? I know it's a Haitian line, right? And I'm like, no, the change is Amistad. I was watching the movie Amistad. You know, that's how they came out. Real quick, Michael Jackson. So, real talk. So me, you know, in the hood, we pranksters. So no matter where we go to, we keep that pranksters in the same crew. So I'm a prankster. And I get a phone call, and it's like, hello? I'm like, yeah, what up? Yo, this is Michael Jackson. I'm looking for Wyclef. Click. I'm thinking my dudes is pranking me. Calls back. Hello? Yeah, well, this is Michael Jackson. I'm looking for Wyclef from out here in Asia. I said, oh, Michael Jackson's on the phone. Now I'm tripping. I'm trying to stay calm. You feel me? And Michael tells me he's coming to New York and he's coming to see me at Sony Studio in Manhattan. Now dig, man, I remember being in the projects, man, and like the first black person I saw on MTV was Michael freaking Jackson, right? I'm telling you, I got Jerry curls before dreadlocks, man. Burnt that perm just to see this dude. So here you go, Sony Studio, back elevator. I get the call from Skip, Michael Jackson's bodyguard. I'm in the studio with a lot of my friends. Brooklyn, Jersey, but you know how we move, the hood is always with me. So Michael Jackson bodyguard says to me, Clef, you gotta clear the studio. Michael Jackson's coming, clear the studio. Now I gotta look at my cousins, you know, original Shatta gang there, and say, yo boy, you know, Michael Jackson, I come to the studio now, you know, no matter in the studio, so I know for so now how am I gonna translate that? So I look at my man and I'm like, yo, man, you know, Michael Jackson bodyguard just called, and you guys gonna have to go because Michael told me. Michael Jackson, I say what? Michael Jackson, I tell you clear the studio. And Michael Jackson don't put no money in my pocket. Yeah, I tell Michael Jackson be easy. I just come in, right? So now this shit ain't going good because they trying to fuck up my money. You understand? Now, while I'm arguing with him, I look in the back elevator. It's Michael Jackson coming. Mask in his face. Skip, his bodyguard, is in the front of him. Yo, I remember he opens this door, right? Yo, fam, I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. Yo, this is like, I felt like I was 6 years old. And all of my dudes that was in the studio with me, you know, a lot of them are dead now. God bless the dead. Most of them are locked up. Only 2 are left out. They looked at me, and the one that was talking, yo, he turned to a little kid. He ran up, he said, Michael Jackson! And you know, Michael still got the mask. He's looking, you know, frightened. I go into the other room. Michael starts to talk to me. I said, bro, you're going to have to take the mask off so I could see who y'all, we could communicate. And he says to me, man, he says, you know, I was in Asia and I heard this song It came on. It was like Gone to November. And I saw the symphony, and I was like, God, I gotta do music with this guy. He says, you remind me of this guy from Jamaica who used to smoke a lot of stuff. And I thought he was talking about Bob Marley. He was talking about Peter Tosh. So I got a chance to be in the studio with Michael Jackson. So what I wanted to share with y'all, Michael Jackson, this is what I learned from him. When we was listening to the music, he started doing the entire beat with his entire body. So just because you producers don't play instruments, don't let no one tell you nothing if you don't play. Because the symphony lives inside of your head. Michael Jackson played no instruments, but he knew exactly what to tell the musicians. So once again, I want you producers to understand the key to success is imagination as you're producing. So I just wanted to share that with y'all.
Give it up for Wyclef Jean, ladies and gentlemen. So Wyclef, let me ask you a question. From all of those stories back then, how are you able to resonate now in what's going on right now in music at its current stage?
Okay, so music at its current stage, I was in the World Cup, and so
I feel like I need to stand up with you, so I'm gonna stand.
It's funny because, you know, when you leave the hip hop radar, unless you got a song at the radio, no one's paying attention. So, you know, I'm at the World Cup with 1 billion people,
right? And
I wrote the World Cup anthem, and here goes how music changed. So I'm in the room, and Shakira comes in the room, then Rihanna comes in the room, you know? And Rihanna got nothing but love for me. And she's like, yo, Clef, you know, she's like, I'm so happy you're doing music again. I need some reggae, I need some reggae. This was our conversation. We leave, and it's not even a year later, I hear work, and all of that. So for me, coming back into music, the first EP I got coming out is called Juve. The Juve is Caribbean inspired, you know what I mean? So it's sort of like, for me, coming back right now is so natural because it's like all of the kids, the Caribbean music, even from Justin, like I remember Justin Bieber stopped, six Suburbans, pull out Clef, you gotta listen to my album. Everyone is so tropical out right now. They so reggae out, they so Carnival 1997. So everyone that's gonna pick up the Juve, we have original beats, original rhythm. We doing compa, we doing reggae, we doing soca, but we doing it in our own way. So we want everybody to look out for that. It's gonna be crazy.
Once again, man, make some noise for Wyclef Jean. So right now, somebody has a song that is named after you. Do you want to speak on that, please?
Okay, so Young Thugger.
Yes.
So
Jeffrey.
Okay. So we in the new generation, right? So now you in the new generation, and if you look up Thugger's mixtape, Jeffrey's mixtape, and you go, the first song's called Wyclef Jean. So some of y'all's like, damn, well, what the hell is Jeffrey's connection with Wyclef? This thing don't mix. This is where you miss it. You see, artists that grow up with music, they can relate to music. You see what I'm saying? Everyone in here can relate to music. So if you do good music, they're going to find you. So I got a chance to go in Atlanta with Thugger and Jeffrey. I walk in, he knew more about me than I knew about myself. You know what I mean? The Haiti tatted on his shirt, his daughter's name Haiti. So it was nothing but love, you know what I'm saying? So this is how we embrace the young generation. So for me to be like 40-something, and for Thugger to be like, yo, this is my mixtape. One joint called Wyclef, the other's called Kanye featuring Wyclef. So for me, it's important that we embrace the new generation. And the idea of the sonics of the music has become so much simpler. When we was doing it, it was like 40, 50 tracks. Everything now is narrowed down to 5 or 6 tracks. It's all about sonics. Now, I see some people in my generation when I'm in the barbecue, and the kids, they don't know what, you know, the kids are like, you know, and they say, what is this stuff? This stuff is not music. What is this crap the kids are listening to? Keep in mind, they used to tell us the exact same thing. So we have to keep up with the time. So shout out to Jeffrey, you know, for making me cool to my 12-year-old daughter.
So what does Hendrix mean to you?
Okay, so how many people like Jimi Hendrix, right? Jimi Hendrix is so cool. If you haven't heard Jimi Hendrix, listen to Jimi Hendrix. So one record, just to make it official, I'm officially signed to a small label called Heads Music. This is the CEO right here, Madeline Nelson.
Yeah, Maddie, what up, Maddie?
Now I'm gonna tell y'all, I was in the studio with Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine knows how I do. He trained me. Clive Davis trained me. Donnie Ienner trained me. And I have to tell y'all, as a CEO and exec, I respect this woman because she bringing me back into the modern time. So respect to you, Madeline Nelson. Speaking of that, so I'm in the studio and I got an idea. It's called Acoustic Trap, right? And what is that? So what I started doing was playing live instruments against the trap sonics in 140. And then, so for me, the record I did with the acoustic trap is called Jimi Hendrix. And it's a record of choice, you know? When my cousin got his first tech, I was playing Jimi Hendrix in the basement. All I wanted to be was a rock star. And all he wanted to be was an Escobar. It's just the idea. So now when the kids hear this record, to a 19-year-old kid, Wyclef Jean is a brand new rapper. Already. He's like, oh, that's the Wyclef that Thugger was talking about. Y'all heard that Hendrix stuff? When they listen to it, the idea of the record is the idea of choice. I want everybody in here to know that you have a choice. You don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to carry guns. Ain't no rapper in the industry more gangster than me. I could probably take a firearm and put it back together quicker than any rapper that's talking about guns. But why promote that to the youth? Give them a little something more than that. And that's what the song Hendrix is about. It is.
So listen, right before we get into that, right? I want to say something to you. I've been able to travel with you for the last like 2 months. What I know about you that's different from most artists is, regardless, you shake every hand, take every picture, and give everybody a hug. Why do you think you do that and some of these artists don't? Some of the current artists don't?
So it all goes down to, I guess, my mother and my father. You feel me? My mother and my father always told me, when you walk into a room, shake everybody's hand because you don't know who's who, right? So in Haiti, my grandmother, where she lived at, every Sunday, every gangster that was a gangster was in my grandmother's house in Haiti eating. Gangsters was eating, police was eating, politicians was eating. And my grandmother always told me, the first thing to life is to show everybody respect, because you never know where you're going to end up, right? So it don't matter if I have a song on the radio, if I'm not. The reason why I stay relevant is people like to see me come back. People want to see me win. It's just because I'm a nice guy. Earlier you was like, yo, Clef sold 100 million records, and some people look like, really? Yes, the Fugees, Shakira, Marie. I made so many people go diamond so many times, but because of my simplicity and good looks, you know? Sometimes, you know, that, and my humor, of course, as a natural comedian, that bypass. But for me, it boils down to the respect, you know what I'm saying? And me and my brother up here, he's on Juve too. He produced one of the records.
You didn't say that, Raymo. Give it up for DJ Raymo, ladies and gentlemen.
How incredible is this? So we here, and Raymo goes to the studio, and we start to work on this Remy thing, and out of nowhere, we come up with a record. That's the magic. So once again, follow Heads Music, and please send us music, send us beats. You feel like you're the future. You know, we're going to definitely take our time to listen. We want to thank Remy, Philippe, everybody. Thank you for having us. And you see, not only is he the CEO, his beautiful wife, they also speak French, you understand? So it's important that all you thugs, y'all gotta know more than English, you understand what I'm saying? Because you're trying to make big money, you gotta learn these languages, okay? Chinese, Nihoma, Korean, Annyeonghaseyo, French. Comment vas-tu? That's all you need to tell Philip. He's right there when you see him. He might give you 100 grand. Just say comment vas-tu. You never know.
I need to learn that thing.
It's comment vas-tu, Philippe.
I need to learn that, Philippe. I gotta be your guy.